What's up, guys? We're back with another video. We had the Foxwoods show this past weekend on Saturday. I'm just going to run through some of the stuff I picked up, talk about the show a little bit, talk about upcoming shows, and then show you another little PSA return that I got back as soon as I got back from Foxwoods. So here we go. Foxwoods show was great. It was a little less foot traffic than we thought, I would say, for most people, but I had a couple really good deals that made it worth it. Got this nice Lugia V-Star in a trade during the day. At one point during the first hour of the show, I think it was in the VIP hour, so between 9 and 10, I had another vendor come to my table and pick out a bunch of singles, and we ended up making a deal for $2,300 or 22 and change at least. And so that was a great way to start the show. That was the biggest deal of the day, but there were other deals as well. Picked up this Mewtwo Mew Tag Team GX in a 9. That came in a trade. The other big deal that we did, or one of the other big deals, was we ended up selling our Van Gogh Pikachu in a 9 for $600. I just got that at the last show, so it's nice when you can turn something over quick. There is definitely demand for those Van Goghs. They are popular. We picked up this interesting PSA 1 Charizard Power Keepers Hollow in a trade deal. And then one of the weirder things we picked up, not the weirdest, is we got this sequential CD promo set. Not all the same grade. The only 10 is the Arcanine. Most of them are 9s, and then there's an 8 in the back here. I don't know how I feel about this. I kind of feel like maybe I played myself. These might be hard to move as a set. But I guess we'll see. I think they're pretty cool. And comps are around like 570 for these slabs. They are for sale, and I will sell them as a set for 500 right now if you're interested. Otherwise, I might have to piece them out because they're going to take a lot of room up in my slab case, and I don't have much. So we'll see about those. I saw the Snorlax, and we like our Snorlaxes here, so we'll see how that goes. Not sure. And then one of the cooler buys I made during the day, was these two pretty early in the day. Another vendor came over and sold them to me. They are old certs, but CD promos are sweet. These arts are iconic. 9s are always good. Yeah, and they're pretty clean cards. The cert numbers are pretty similar, too. Only like 100 off each other, 150 off each other, so interesting. Yeah. So these always look good in the case. I was happy to pick these up, especially since I sold my raw CD promo Zard that was very clean. So got to keep the Japanese vintage in stock, Some other cool things that happened at the show. I had a customer, actually the same customer who I got a bunch of these slabs from in a trade. He traded all these slabs plus some cash for, not these, but all of these that I just showed you minus the Lugia. Traded all of these plus some cash for my Giratina V in the PSA 9, the all art. Which, we'll see how that goes, but he also bought 3 sleeved booster packs of Mega Evolution from me and hit the Mega Lucario Gold. So that was exciting, and it's just cool when people get lucky hitting big things off your packs that you sell them. I think that's one of the fun parts of being a vendor. All right. Now, on to our little PSA return we got. This is only 3 cards. So, first, Charizard EX, the Paldean Fates tin version. Yeah, I guess I already kind of spoiled it. You saw the G there. It's a 10. Yeah, I saw this. I got it in a trade. I try to look through my cards after shows, and this one just stuck out to me as, oh, this is definitely a 10. And so submitted it. It's not like a huge W, but it's still nice. And I was correct on that one. Here we go. The guards might give it away, but this is another one I got in a trade, just on a marketplace trade for an ETB, and I think it was an ETB plus some cash thrown in. And this one, I got it back home. I looked at it. I said, that's a 10, and it is. This is actually my second Venusaur EX from 151 that I've graded and gotten 10s on both. This is my favorite art from 151 as well. I mean, it's awesome. And yeah, super hyped on this. Yup. Venusaur in the 10. And then we've got the biggest. We've got our Bubble Mew. I picked this up actually at Collectors Expo in Medford, Mass. 2 months ago, I think, I want to say. And yeah, I inspected it. I said, this looks really good. So we had to send it in, and boom. 3 for 3 on 10s. And some nice, a couple of really big W's. The Bubble Mew by itself pays for the cost of all the cards, cost of all the grading, and some. So that is a nice feeling. And considering I sold a couple of my more expensive slabs at the show, it is good to get a little restock, especially from, not having to pay 80% or higher on desirable slabs. So yeah, that's the return. I did put in another PSA submission while I picked these up. I'm going to keep that one a secret for right now, but I will say none of those are 10s. None of them are supposed to be 10s, and they are all e-readers. The rest I'm going to keep a mystery. That'll be a fun video in hopefully 2 months or so. But on these 3, I want to say I paid essentially the equivalent of, I don't know what this goes for raw, like $10, $20, something in that range, I think. The Venusaur, 60-ish, and the Bubble Mew, 220 or so, something like that. I forget. It was a couple months ago. So I paid around $300 for the slabs, around $60 for grading costs, and I think these comp out at around $1,100. So big dubs, big W. That is, it sure is nice when grading works out like this. This is my first submission where I just hit 10s across the board. So pretty psyched on that. And I'm going to another card show in Mass this upcoming weekend. And I think my focus is going to be finding some gradable copies of cards. I think that's what I'm going to focus on. I have a lot of inventory right now. I've got a little bit of money to speculate and try to hit some big returns like these. So I think I'm going to do that. Didn't have anybody take a peek at my Latios over the weekend. I was a little surprised, a little offended. Just kidding. But this is a cool card. I'd never see it on anybody's table, so that's cool. The level X, also not much interest, but comp's kind of dipped on this, so I'm okay kind of holding on to it. I think they're worth more than they are selling for right now in the 10. So I'm cool holding off. The Snorlaxes didn't come to the show with me. These are PC, and so is my Japanese Dark Zard that I graded myself. And there was interest for my English Dark Zard, but no takers. That's okay, you know. It's good to have some high-end stuff in the case. And then the thing that everybody was asking me about all weekend is the Shiny Gary. That's everybody's thing that they want to ask me about on the table. I don't blame them. It's beautiful. It's the double hollow. It's got a swirl. But I don't think I would sell it at comps. And so, you know, people are looking for a deal, and I don't blame them. Somebody will pry it out of my hands one day probably, but for now, I'm perfectly happy to have it on my card stands, on my shelf, wherever. So, upcoming shows, the next one we've got is Wicked Cod Show in Boston, Mass. That's CAHD. We are going to be there on November 9th. It's a Sunday. It's right in the college areas of like Fenway sort of area, at Wentworth. And I'm looking forward to that show, hoping to visit some places. I went to college right in that area, so I'm going to bring my wife, hopefully, and show her around. Then after that, the next show, I did apply for Collectors Expo vending, but I got waitlisted last time and will not be surprised if that's the case again. All good either way. And then towards the end of the month, I will be vending at the Black Friday show at the Lee Outlets. If you're in Berkshire County, please be there. If you're in surrounding areas, you know, Springfield, Albany, Greenfield, Bennington, Northampton, Amherst, wherever you're from, come through. It's going to be a big show someday. You know, we're working on it. We're trying to build it up. It's a cool spot. I think I heard a lot of vendors that I knew at Foxwoods saying that they were interested in vending at that show, so it might be bigger this time than last time. But it was still a pretty successful show last time, so I'm hyped on that. I'm hyped on my upcoming PSA submission, well, 2 months from now or whatever. And I am just very psyched on being in the vending space right now. It's a lot of fun. Foxwoods was a ton of fun. I picked up a bunch of vintage hollows for the binder, for the case, some Japanese Blaine's Charizards, some Japanese Dragonite EX, a nice dark Charizard in English, a dark Blastoise, a dark Dragonite, a bunch of stuff. Just lots of cool stuff that I picked up. And I am really psyched for that e-reader submission that I put in. That's going to be a fun video when it happens. So stay tuned. We're going to have more videos to do, more stuff coming up. I'll probably do a couple of car ride rants this week and talk about some various things. And yeah, I'm also buying right now. So if you're around and you're trying to sell some stuff, hit me up and we'll talk. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See you later.